My name's Lily for those of you who are new. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I conceal my dark circles because they are bad. And there's so many different ways to do it, and it all depends on your specific issue and how bad they are, your skin type, and all these things. So if you guys have skin like me, hopefully this will work for you if you give it a try. But yeah, it's all trial and error, unfortunately, until you find the right mix of things for you. But I hope that this will help as some kind of guide to get you on your specific path to where you are happy with your makeup and confident. Just remember that we're all beautiful in our own ways, and just embrace that nobody's perfect. And these are just a few tricks to help you with your daily makeup routine if you are struggling with concealing your dark circles. So if you want to see how I do this, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so let's just jump right in. I have absolutely no makeup on my face at all, and this is how dark my circles are. And when it's that time of month, they're even worse. I look like The Walking Dead. So I'm going to show you how I cover my dark circles. I'm going to say something that everyone's probably going to hate, but everyone is different. It all depends on your skin type. You know, if you have a dry under eye area or more oily, that would depend on what products I guess you should be using. Me in particular, I have pretty dry under eyes, so for that you want to make sure that it's super moisturized under there before you apply your concealer and everything else. So to pick your shade, I tend to go by my wrist because I don't like my under eye to be too bright. So of course I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard, but I also have one that's in the shade Macadamia, which is more of my actual skin tone. So I kind of change it up every now and again, but I sometimes apply the Macadamia one first just so that I can conceal them, and then to brighten them up a little bit, I'll put this on top. Everyone gets so mesmerized by pictures on Instagram or celebrities and all that, but anytime there's a photographer or a videographer involved, there is editing. So those pictures that you see are touched up, so those fine lines can be blurred away and all that stuff. But in real life, yes, those things happen. So there are a few things you can do to help prevent too much creasing, but it's inevitable, it's going to happen. So just let's get that in our heads that nobody's skin is absolutely perfect. So let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to do is hydrate under my eyes. The Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. I love it. But for right under my eyes especially, and around my mouth area. Also the powder that you use in general. A lot of times it's translucent powder that can actually change the color of your foundation or concealer. Depending I guess on which one you use, but it's still going to change it just a slight bit. So I have always used the Airspun loose face powder. It is a translucent powder, and I have noticed over time that after, you know, throughout the day, my under eye circles get a little bit darker, which I don't like. So what I've been doing is I add some of this in there. This has no color at all. This is no color powder, which is what you want if you don't want to alter the color of your foundation or concealer. And it's a really good one. So I just mix it into this one and kind of make a little concoction, and so far I've been happy with it. But also if you have dry under eyes like me, the less amount of powder that you put under your eyes, the better. Alright, so you want to let this sit just a little bit so it can absorb into your skin. That's sat there for a few seconds now. So mine are pretty, like, they go pretty far down. I also a little sunken in. So I am going to prime my entire face. So I'm using the Baby Skin Instant Port Eraser by Maybelline. And also how people say not to put foundation on under your under eye area because, you know, less is more and for creasing and all that. I actually feel like I need a little bit of foundation under there for even extra coverage. Not too much, obviously. You don't want to make it too thick, but the foundation I use anyway is not a thick foundation. It's very liquidy. It's the L'Oreal True Match. So yeah, I've definitely put some in that area just to help. You can also color correct with like an orange shade or a peach shade, like a salmon color, I guess, to counteract the darkness. Okay, so that's set on my face for a little bit now. I'm just gonna go in a little bit of my foundation. It's an N3 L'Oreal True Match. And I really just use a little bit. That's all I'm using. And then it depends on your preference. I like my beauty blender, but I use the brush sometimes too. I bring that all the way up into the corner there. And the outer corner. And you saw how little I used, and look, already there's such a big difference. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I do have a little friend here, decided to pop up and say hello. Just gonna cover that up a little bit. I think I've been touching my forehead way too much, and that's why the little guy decided to come out. Alright, so just with that alone, my under eye circles are already pretty much covered. So now, this is what I was saying. So I'm going to take the macadamia one, which is more of my actual skin tone, and I'm going to apply that in the darkest areas, which is right in the corner. Like that. I put up maybe 2, sometimes 3 layers of concealer just to hide these guys. And you want to use a very light hand when you are blending this out, because you don't want to take it all away. And it's literally just right there in the corner where it's the darkest for me. And this side I always need more on this side. I think my eye is a little more sunk in it. Then I'm going to go in with the custard, and this one I'm going to bring it down just a little more. On the corner here in an upward angle, so that you're like lifting, like a facelift or eye lift with just concealer. Now I normally let this dry while I apply my contour, get a little help. Alrighty, so again, going with that beauty blender and very light hand into the corner. So that all goes up. I bring it up to the side of my nose when I'm blending too. And so even now, looking at the camera, they look like they're really good, like they're concealed. And then I look in the mirror in real life and I can still see some shadow on this side. It just goes to show that what you see on camera isn't 100% true. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more custard on the left. I'll do both, just a little bit here, and a little more on this side. I think I grabbed the wrong color. Okay, and so when I blend this one in, I'm going to show you just a little trick for when you're blending it out to prevent some creasing. If the product is still too wet and then you go and blend it in, it's like shearing it out. So when you leave it on there to dry up a little bit, It's a little thicker, so when you blend it out, I think more of the product stays on your face than ending up on your brush or your beauty blender. Okay, so now I'm just getting this prepared because you want to go in with powder almost immediately after you blend it out, otherwise you will set the creases. You don't want that. So this is my little mix in here of the RCMA, the original no color powder, and the Airspun. So now to blend this out to prevent creasing as much as possible, you take your setting spray and your beauty blender and you spray the beauty blender a little bit, and then you go in and blend. And because this is already setting it in place while you're blending it out, you really don't need that much powder under there. A little more for this side. There it is. Before you go in with the powder, just make sure that's all blended in nicely so that again you don't set the creases. I'm going into the powder. And now this is a lot. So yeah, that was a lot. I just took off as much as possible. And then you go in lightly. And set under there again. It's a lot. Just flick them off. There you have it. That's pretty much it. It takes time and practice and getting to know your face and your skin, the products that you're using and how they work with your skin, in order to get a full grasp of it. But I just wanted to show you what I do and what I have found works best for me, in case you want to try it, and hopefully it works for you guys. You know, it's hit or miss, which sucks, but I mean, I went through it too. I look back at some pictures that I'm like, oh my god, that looks horrible, or ooh, that's so bright. So we've all been there. It's all trial and error. But just to keep in mind that what you see on social media and on TV is not reality. I think we forget that sometimes. So I'm just gonna finish up this look and we'll close out this video. Okay guys, so this is everything. Once I finish my makeup, it all comes together, but see, the dark circles are concealed, and I hope that you guys learned something, or that you can take something away from this and apply it to your everyday makeup routine, and that it works for you. But don't be fooled by the things you see on social media or on TV or celebrities, because whenever there's a photographer involved or just videographer or whatever, there's always editing. We have fine lines and wrinkles, and it's just normal. But I know that like pictures and things you see on TV make it look like people have perfect skin, but I have yet to find someone like that who wears makeup. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's free. And the notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next one. Take care. Bye guys.